on, somebody came for, somebody needed to hear from God today.
Yes, sir.
I wish somebody would just make some noise if you need to hear from God today.
Oh, glory. Glory.
I don't need a trip. I don't want a cup. I need the Holy Ghost to soak me today. Amen.
Amen.
Thank God for the Holy Ghost. Amen. Amen. I need, oh, come on, somebody. Am I by myself? Was there anybody that need a double portion?
Yes, sir.
I need a double shot of the Holy Ghost.
Yes, sir.
Somebody ought to give God some praise.
Hallelujah.
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 Glory be to God in this place. Amen. Amen. What a wonderful, mighty God we serve. I said, what a wonderful God we
Yes,
serve.
he is.
Amen. Let's thank the Lord today for all of our visitors with us today. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Thank the Lord. Amen. I see one or two people. Again, what I love about the Lord is whenever we're missing some of our own, he always just replaces our family. Amen. With new people who come in and just, they visit us. We just are so honored to have you. As a matter of fact, we've got somebody all the way from Brooklyn, New York. And so we want to thank, and is that Brother Calvin? Is that Mom? Oh, y'all got to make some noise. Brother Calvin's mother, my brother and his wife and his family, this is their, can we do better than that? All the way from Brooklyn, New York. Amen. Shout out to everybody that's here. Is that all right? Amen. Thank the Lord today. There are a few others who may be visiting as well. And I have Sister Hicks and some others. We want you to know that you're in the right place.
Amen.
Can y'all just let them, give them a word, church welcome? Amen. Thank the Lord. We're getting ready, preparing. The word of God is prepared to come forth. Amen. And we're not going to hold you because the hour is late. As always, we do thank the Lord for what he is doing. Amen. And today, no different than any other day, we're so grateful for the great things he has done. Now, I don't know if there's a fever going on here at the Word Church. I don't know if there's, when I say fever, I don't know if it's something contagious, something blowing through, but there has been a lot of newlyweds. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Y'all haven't been paying attention. For the last year, yeah, I know y'all have. There's been a lot of people who have been getting married, proposing, getting engaged. Amen. Y'all mad at that or y'all happy about that? Oh, come on, don't be a hater. I was married too, but I ain't mad at nobody else getting happy. Amen. Amen. Thank the Lord. Brother, it's so good. I don't know who you are, but it's good to have you today, sir. Amen. Amen. Just okay, amen. Didn't know it was a father or who else. Just glad to have you today. Amen. Amen. Thank the Lord. Well, I guess I better keep on giving y'all the extra. Read all about it. We've got all kind of proposals and engagements, and to much of our wonderful surprise, on yesterday, I want to report to you that we have a new engagement in the house. And we can play Guess Who, or y'all, come on somebody. Now hold on. Y'all clapping like y'all already know something. I didn't tell you. One thing I found out is I don't know anything. The Word Church people have all kind of stuff going on, and I'm the pastor, and I find out last. Amen. And I don't know how the mothers know. They're on the front row. How in the world do y'all know so much going on behind you? But I want to announce that Brother Eric Foster asked my sister, LaShara Scarborough, her hand in marriage. So tell everybody that missed church today, oh, they missed the good gospel. I know y'all will tell them. We can just congratulate and thank the Lord today for that. Amen. Amen. You know, I'll say this. You got to be careful because some things come from me and some things God sends through me. Amen. And I think about a conversation I had with my sister at the table in New Year's about a year or so ago. And I began to speak to her and tell her a new day was approaching. Amen. And it was piece by piece. Piece by piece. And I didn't know that I would talk and say this much. Amen. And so I'm very happy for her. It's mixed emotions because I'm her brother. And I told Brother Eric, I got my eye on you. Oh yeah. Amen. See, y'all don't let me get in y'all business that deep. But I'll get in if you ask me. I'll be a good old pastor. Amen. I'll get to meddling a little bit. Amen. So many folks have just gotten married this year and proposed and all kind of great news and all that good stuff. Y'all just have a ball with it. Amen. Yeah. Just enjoy yourself. Amen. Amen. Oh, Lord have mercy. So it is our privilege. Let me just say this too. For those who may be engaged and have been engaged for a while, this is a teachable moment. Because, I think we need to, I get in trouble for making posts on Facebook all the time. But I think I need to make one about engagement. Because if you're going to be engaged to somebody, and engagement doesn't last, well, I know I don't have a right to put a time on it, but some of you all have to be careful, those who are watching me by Facebook, to make sure that you're not engaged for 10 years. Now, I put 10 years out there so that I wouldn't offend anybody because I don't have a right to put a time on it. But I think that the thinking needs to already have began before the proposal. Amen. And then you ought to keep thinking. Yeah. But I think what's going on is some people are being put on hold. Amen. Nobody talking. So I say especially to my sisters in this case, be careful to not let nobody put you on hold too long. Amen. Amen. If a man wants to marry you and you all know that this is the thing that is right, then an engagement doesn't take 10 years. Amen. Amen. If he knows he wants it, he'll go and find a way to get it. That's right. Amen. 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 So we do thank the Lord today. Yes, I got another wedding I got to do. Amen. Amen. Y'all all right today? Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Now, if you're married, you ought to rejoice. If you're single, you ought to rejoice. And here's the thing. If you're single, you need to stop allowing the enemy to make you believe that your happiness is when you get married. Yeah. Amen. If you're married, stop thinking you'll be happy if you could just get back single. Amen. That's right. They call that trading places. Amen. I'm finding out it has to start with me. It does. No matter where I am, if I'm unhappy, whoever I end up with, I'm going to be unhappy with them. Amen. So I need to find that I get the happiness of the Lord in me before I join together with somebody else. That's right. Y'all can say amen. Amen. All right, I don't have a lot of time today, but I did come for a word. We're not going dead today, amen? Amen. How many questions do you have, Deacon? Just 2. All right, we have just 2. Everybody said 2, amen? 2. So we're going to move forward because, again, we are running on time. Come on, Deacon.
Pastor.
Yes.
Do you think 2 people can grow apart from each other, or is that maybe they weren't meant for each other to begin with? I've been dating a man steady for a while, about 4 years. He says he wants to marry, but deep down I have reservations. He can't keep a job. That's a biggie. My father always provided for me and my siblings, and I feel being in a position where I struggle by myself. I try to show unconditional love, and I truly love him, but he doesn't show signs of changing in critical areas. What do you think?
Amen.
Amen.
Never mind what I think. Amen.
Yeah, buddy.
And we were just talking about this. Amen. Let me say this to the writer, and this did come by way of radio, so y'all don't have to wonder who wrote this. Nobody in here, amen, I don't think, amen, wrote this. Hey, can y'all say amen?
Amen.
And you ask, if you don't mind, just read it again. I want to make sure because sometimes I get swept away. Come on.
Do you think two people can grow apart from each other? Or is it that maybe they weren't meant for each other to begin with?
All right, let's stop there and then we'll continue. Can two people grow apart from each other? Do you think that's possible? When we talk about two people, I'm talking about people that are married. See, this is where you need real answers.
Amen.
The church answer is, no, we're one. I know what you're talking, but I need you to deal with reality for a minute. Can two people grow apart from each other?
Amen.
I got some yeses. Anybody think no? Okay, you've been around too long for that. Amen. Now, it kind of to me, the best way I can explain it would be to just, if I took my hands and, you know, a lot of things, especially when you're young, you meet somebody, you're 21, 22, some younger than that, and you go down the aisle and meet those people, and those people they've not even began to mature.
Amen.
Whether y'all know it or not, 21 years old is still very childlike.
Very.
And I know that's true because I was 21.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh, yeah,
I know they say you can drink and do all those things, but you still not grown for real.
No, not at all.
But it reminds me if you just take your hands and you come together because, you know, everything is lovely when it's together. You know, you're 22, you're hot in love, you're ready to go, and this is who you want to be with. And you're together, but you're together like this. You're together like this. Now, y'all say, well, what's the problem? You're together like this. I'm together like this, showing you that we're together now. But if we continue to grow from where we are, we're going to grow in two opposite directions.
Amen.
How many of us have grown, and we have grown in the opposite direction? Oh, it's quiet now. All right? You said, well, Pastor, does that mean that they weren't meant? Now, let's talk about what everybody said meant.
Meant.
Because we have to be very careful when we say somebody was meant for somebody. The only being that can determine what or who is meant is God.
That's right.
Because only God knows the future.
That's right.
Only God is omniscient, having all the information,
Amen.
future, past, and the present. Only God, listen to me good, only God can deal in what is meant.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
So you have to be careful because a lot of us think, and I emphasize think, we think that we have the right one. We think that we have the right one. And we say it's God. Uh-oh. Read a little bit more of the letter.
Amen. Pastor, do you think two people can grow apart from each other?
Yes.
Or is that maybe they weren't meant for each other to begin with?
Let me show you one way you can determine when you're starting to grow apart. Now, growing apart don't mean you got to be apart.
Amen.
Growing apart don't mean you, listen to me, that you can't grow back together.
That's right. That's right.
You need to know and look at the signs. Well, let me help y'all because y'all looking at me crazy like don't nobody want to move in here today. So let me shake the tree. Amen? Here it is. You're walking around all day long and you're yelling at each other. Look how quiet it got. Whenever it gets quiet in here like that, I know for real that means I'm talking right.
Amen. Amen.
How much screaming goes on in your house?
Come on. Got quiet.
Man, I don't know what. It's not offering time, is it? Y'all are quiet. How much yelling? How much yelling do we do? Carrying on.
Carrying on.
There you go. Carrying on. How much bickering, yelling, screaming, backbiting do we do? Husbands, you in one room, you in the other room, y'all come in the same room, you're right in front of each other, yet you're yelling.
Go.
Let me help you out real quick. When you yell or scream, you scream, watch this, to someone who's way over there.
That's right. That's right. Far, far away. Real.
Screaming and yelling is designed to be heard from a distance. So now y'all in the same bed.
That can go either way, though.
Your house ain't that big. You're in the same room. You're on the phone. And yet, you're screaming at your wife. You're screaming at your husband. You're yelling at each other. Spit is flying. You're cussing. You're carrying on. Now, y'all can look at me like I'm lying, but y'all know I'm telling the truth. Here's the question I got for every one of you that can't understand what I'm saying. How is it that we're right in front of each other and screaming? I'll tell you why. Because you're physically close. But your internal connection has grown far apart. And you don't know how to get the internal back together. So you use what you can relate to. You use the physical to scream, but you're screaming at somebody right in front of you because what you're screaming for is the person that's been long gone.
Come on.
Y'all do know that's what's going on. I'm yelling. I'm right in front of Elder Boy, and I'm yelling. Why am I yelling at him? Because I don't think he can hear me. See, he hear me, but he don't hear me.
Go.
And you think what you're yelling, that it's going to cause someone to what?
Listen.
It's going to cause them to finally listen. And I found out the more you yell, the less anybody is listening.
Come on now. Amen. Amen.
Huh?
Amen.
And I could go on. You will always hear me repeat this, and it's not because I don't have any new material. It's because we haven't done anything new yet.
Amen.
We're yelling at each other. You know, now, here we go. I ain't got to deal with this. Or I go in the room, bam, what I do? Slam the door.
More yelling.
What you do? Go in the other room, you shut the door. We still yelling.
Still yelling. Now you got barriers.
Now we're yelling, we got a good point, we open the door, come back out, go up to the other door, and yell at the door. Y'all never seen that before? You want to know why? Nobody's listening.
That's right.
Nobody's listening. You ask me about marriage, Pastor Rob, how do you know? Because this is the truth. This is what has happened. And let me tell you something. I ain't the only one that done that.
Come on. Come on.
Y'all can sit up in here and look all great and straight all you want. I'll read everybody's mail in here. There's been some yelling going on in the Word Church.
Come on now.
Huh? So you're screaming because you're mentally far off, though you're physically right in each other's company.
Go.
Read a little bit more.
Amen. I've been dating a man steady for a while, about 4 years.
Yeah?
He said he wants to marry, but deep down I have reservations.
Uh-oh.
He can't keep a job, which is a biggie. My father always provided for me and my siblings.
Yes, and now you know. You're accustomed. You are accustomed to being provided for.
Amen.
It's a wonderful thing when a woman has become accustomed to being provided for by her father.
Amen. Amen.
Then she don't grow up to
Yes.
believe that she got to take care of a man.
That's right. That's right.
I hope y'all don't get mad at me, but any man that let a woman take care of him,
Yes,
you're
sir.
not a man.
Yes, sir. You're a child.
Somebody ought to say amen.
Amen. That's real.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
They got a little poster they put up on social media, and they got this guy in the morning, and he laying in the bed, and they said, this is how a man look when he watching his wife get ready for work.
Get
I better get off of this. We got to get in trouble.
No, you right on it. No, stay on that. Stay
I
on that.
said a man that is a man
That's right.
won't settle for a woman taking care of him.
That's right. Shouldn't even be able to sleep at
Am
night.
I right
That's
about it?
Amen. Shouldn't be able to sleep at
And
night.
I ain't trying to down nobody, but listen, if I don't ever talk about it, men won't know to do better.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Some men don't know how to do it because they never were told.
That's right.
You got a man, he don't know how to change a tire.
Come on now.
I'm not critiquing, listen to me, I'm not trying to tear you down. I want to tell you to get with the men in the men's ministry. We want to do tire change ministry.
Yes, sir.
We're going to teach the men how to, one day we'll just get out there on a Saturday
That's right.
and we're going to make sure every young man know how to jack the car up
That's
and
right.
put a tire up, because I got not no time, listen to me,
That's
not
right.
now time, to see any woman in this congregation with the jack up in the air
Come on
and the
now.
man
Come
laid
on
back
now.
in the seat.
Come on now. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, you talking back? Yes, I got to talk you into some sense. And you ladies that sit around and do it, I blame you now.
That's right. That's right.
You
Now
don't
you've
think
been
better
warned.
of yourself
You've been warned.
at the gas pump.
Yeah. Seat lean back.
I can always see them because when their seat be back, listen, the seat is back so far that they can peek through the back window.
All you can see is a floating cell phone.
And you see them like this with the phone.
Yep.
And she outside sweating, pumping gas,
Yeah. He ain't even paying.
and he don't pay for it.
Come on now.
Then, after y'all get to where you going, he get out the car, drop her off,
Yeah. And keep on rolling.
and come back and pick her up on E
And late.
and late. See, I have to do this because I get attacked from y'all talking about you don't get the men. I don't know where you get that from.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God, it's equal opportunity in here.
It's training day. Yes, sir.
Let me get back to the question. Y'all mad with me?
No, that's real. Amen.
All right, I know this ain't regular church, but it's good church. Amen.
Get him a car seat.
All right, listen. Yeah, get him a car seat. That's
Get him
good,
a car
Deacon.
seat. Put him in the back.
That's good, Deacon.
Get him a kid cuisine.
You know what? Text me. I need
Yeah.
to post that. I'm taking that from you.
Feel it. It's 250.
I'm taking that. They're gonna shake them up good. They need grown man car seats.
Yeah. Put him in the back seat. Get him a babysitter.
He already got his bottle,
Yeah. He got a rattle.
huh?
He got his
And
rattle.
his phone.
That's his rattle.
Now, after a while, we can't just talk bad about the men. I've got to look at the women and say, what do you have to say for yourself?
Amen.
Now, let me help y'all out because I spent too much time here. Here it is. First of all, you've been dating them how many years?
4 years.
4 years. You don't see much of a change? Let me help you out. This is the number one problem with women who are dating. You better get this good. Women have a major problem. They make number one mistake they make is they think they can change a man.
That's right.
You can't change a man. You listen. You can't change a man.
Yeah.
You can't change a man.
Yeah.
Get it in your head.
Yeah.
You can't change a man. You can't change people. I said it before. Save that change for the meter
Yeah. They think they can change him because he's rocking a diaper.
because you can't change a man.
He trying to change him.
If he listen to me, if he don't want to work
He don't eat.
when y'all are dating. I'm trying to give you some wisdom today. If he don't want to work while y'all are dating,
He don't eat.
my God, it's going to be hard
Man.
to make that Negro get up and get one after he got you.
That's right.
Am I right about it?
Amen. 100%.
He already, listen, what about the brother? Same for you. You dating a woman, she don't want to clean up now?
Come on. Come on now.
You think she going to start cleaning when you get married? You're deceived, brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. You done lost.
And then you people that are married, same thing. She keep telling you, if I just, I don't clean up because I'm sick of this house. I want a new house.
Huh?
I want a bigger house. You think for 1 minute, if she don't clean up 6 rooms, you think she can handle 12?
Come on now. Let's stay in a 2-bedroom apartment.
There'll be junk piled up to the ceiling.
Yes, sir.
Dust will be everywhere.
Yeah, hoarders. Come on now.
And we need to be careful because what's going on is we're being attracted to the core of who people are.
Yeah.
And then we want to, listen, after you are attracted to their core, now you want to try to come back and change who they are. We need to start taking people where they are for who they are.
That's right.
Read the rest of that thing so we can go.
Amen. Let me see. I try to show unconditional love.
That's the first problem. See, that sounds good. I said that sounds good. First of all, unconditional love, there's different kinds of love. There's a love of unconditional love that we can only get through the power of God. But let me clear something up. You dating a man, that ain't the time to start applying that kind of unconditional love.
Yes, sir.
First of all, before you get married, before you decide to be with somebody, you need to place all the conditions on the table. Everybody says for better or worse, but nobody tells me what is worse and what is better. And then later on down the line, we're sitting in divorce court because now I want to tell you what worse is.
Come on now. Come on now. Late.
Huh? Folks getting married, you know what they ought to do? When they say for better or worse, they ought to state what they can't take.
That's right.
State what they won't take.
Off T.O.P.
And let me just share this. Since y'all asking, I'll give it to you. I counsel different. You say, Pastor, you do counseling? Yes. Well, I don't know about going to you because you ain't staying married. Let me tell you, I'm the best person to counsel you.
Amen. Amen.
I'm the best. I know what it is to be single. I know what it is to be married, and I'm transparent. I don't mind giving you all the secrets.
Amen.
If it'll help you. Amen?
Amen.
Can I say something to you? Most counselors tell people the important thing to do when you're dating and getting ready to marry somebody is compromise. And now let me tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something that your pastor will go to his grave with. Compromise should not be pushed in engagement. Compromise should come when you're counseling two people who are already married.
That's
Now,
right.
y'all didn't catch that.